Hello and welcome. It is 2 o'clock. It is the 10th day of May, 2021. I am your grumpy alien to all things alien, the Alien G Alien. Never mind. Okay, so I did a look at the art of this amazing project here yesterday and tried to compare it with stuff I thought I had seen. But one of my fellow vlogger YouTubers has brought it to my attention that what I may not have seen, and trying to interconnect what's canon, what's not canon, where things for the Alien franchise come from, pre-Prometheus, post-Prometheus, who has it, what Geiger did, what Galen Hurd did, what James did, what who did what, when, and how, and involved with the history of this amazing franchise. Now, I recall seeing unused footage of scenes where they showed what the aliens ate, of how there were trapped colonists that were slowly dissolving into this hyperprotein goop, and that was what the aliens ate. But maybe I didn't see that. Maybe somebody told me that and I remember seeing it. I'm old. And then, of course, there was the colonial marine stuff. Now, I know I saw schematics for turrets and bigger level weapons, but apparently that book, the Colonial Marines Handbook, was not part of the game that came out, and it's not canon. In fact, a lot of that stuff isn't canon to the Alien franchise. I mean, and we know Predator, even though the Predator has shown up in the Alien franchise, it isn't canon to this because that's just a separate universe, just like Aliens versus Batman or Aliens versus Terminator. There are some aspects that maybe Blade Runner becomes the Alien future. There's some thought that the movie Soldier has something to place in the Aliens universe. But the What Aliens Eat and the Colonial Marine stuff that I think I saw, I've been told, that maybe didn't see it. I don't know. I obviously have to do more research. As for the theory that the aliens were being used to terraform planets, which is a pretty good theory. Now, I remember having that discussion at the signing of the Laserdisc at Dave's Video, the laser place in Studio City when I worked there. But I don't remember who I had the discussion with. I don't think it was James Cameron or Galen Hurd, because I don't think they would ever be bothered to go to Dave's Video. But it must have been some assistant production guy. And with just tossing around the theory of what actually the aliens did when they weren't being serial killers. And it was like, well, why would this, what does this race do? It's like, well, it appears that they are used to seed planets, kill the indigenous life forms on the planet, terraform the planet as the byproduct of their living. And then once the other alien race arrives, they have some way to, they think, control, get rid of the aliens. But of course, we know that things go wrong when the Xenomorph is concerned. So, with some level of, I will say again that I think there was at least a theory going around what the aliens ate, and that was turning trapped individuals into sort of a high protein goop. Why can't I say goop today? There was something I saw, schematics or something of other Colonial Marines weapons, but apparently that never really, even if I saw it, it wasn't canon. And of course, the aliens were used to terraform planets. That's just a hypothesis. Again, there's no hard fast. So let's move on to the other big question about this game is, okay, what is an alien space campaign? What do you do in the alien universe when you're not running from Xenomorph, space serial killers? And they discuss the 3 possible campaigns you could do. And then they have a lot of tables to generate various adventures that you could do. So the 3 campaigns they suggest are Space Truckers, Firefly, You just take cargo, you take whatever job you find, you transport the cargo, you bring something back, and, stuff happens along the way. You have to deal with pirates, you have to deal with politics, you have to deal with whatever a space trucker would have to deal with. The second campaign type is the one most likely to be played, at least I think, or it would be the Colonial Marines, of course. That would be the biggie, Your Colonial Marines, everything is a drop. 1, 2, 3 sessions of dealing with whatever situation the Colonial Marines are sent to deal with, whether it be an uprising, whether it be Xenomorph, whether it be some other alien race, because we do know there are other alien races in the alien universe besides the Xenomorph. And the third idea is colonists. You're just, whether officially you've been sent to colonize a planet by, one of the corporations, i.e. Headley's Hope, or you're unofficial colonists and you're just trying to jump to a planet and hope that you don't get caught, i.e. Terra, Earth 2, or several other TV shows. So basically, you can do, it's the same thing as running games in the Star Wars universe using Star Wars tropes, but never actually having any interaction with Vader or Luke or what's going on. You could do whole entire campaigns in the Star Wars universe and have very little interaction with the main plot. You could do whole entire campaigns in Middle-earth without having very little interaction with the main plot of Lord of the Rings, because there's huge gaps. So the premise is that you could do stuff in this space universe, just like any generic space game, using the rule system to do spacey type stuff, And the 3 suggestions it gives is Space Truckers, which is basically just adventuring group. Here, escort this princess. What could go wrong? Space Marines, adventuring group. Hey, go clean out this dungeon and then come back. Or colonists. Hey, here's some land. Or we stole this land. Or here's a great migration. Or whatever that, And then there's random tables. And there is a mention in here that they will be presenting further stuff to do in those 3 things. Here's some plot twists, and they say objectives, complications, mission, cargo runs, colonies, stuff like that. So it's just like any other. If you take the alien, the Xenomorph out of the picture, it's just sort of, here's a generic space setting that's not space magic. So it's not Star Wars, it's not Star Trek. It's definitely more Firefly, Expanse, Traveler, stuff like that. And then sure, if you want to throw them against a Xenomorph or another alien, because there are some, you could do that too. But it does propose the idea of just here's a setting for a space game. Do spacey stuff. Boldly go where no man can go, have gone before, but you don't have warp speed, so it's going to take you years to get there. And most of the time you're going to be spent in Cairo sleep or whatever, so stuff. There we go. What are the stats? Because I don't think we looked at that yet. Does this use the Year Zero engine? So the last thing we're going to look at is the character record sheet. And no, this does not use the Year Zero system. It doesn't appear it does. The stats are close combat, heavy machinery, stamina, range combat, observation, mobility, strength, agility, wits, empathy. And then these are the skills. The skills are close. Oh, yeah. So this is the same system, I think. Instead of a DM, you're called the story mother, because that was the name of the AI in the first thing. Mother, what is Mother telling us? So yeah, it uses dice, it uses the cards. It's the same system. So that's nice that they're using the same system. And we know that we're going to having Twilight 2000 coming from them soon. So we could see the timeline be Twilight 2000 into Alien, or Twilight 2000 into Mutant Year Zero. So it's nice that they're sort of building a quasi-intercontinented Support me, Vitamin Water. I need a sponsor, and I will sell out. Interconnected, quasi-interconnected universe, because you could do Twilight 2000, and then 100 years later, Aliens. Twilight 2000, 100 years later, Mutant Year Zero. So in closing, in regards to how this all started with the art and things I remember, I cannot say with 100% certainty that I saw those things. The only thing I can say with 100% certainty is that I did have a discussion at Dave's video with someone about the hypothesis as to what the aliens are. And in regards to the question, what do I do with this game other than throw them at Xenomorphs? And the answer is, well, what do you do with, Call of Cthulhu other than throw them at Cthulhu every game? There's plenty of things to do in the Call of Cthulhu universe that don't always involve, deep ones and Hastur and tentacle porn. And there's probably plenty of things you could do in sort of this space setting that they've created, this vast universe of, and that they don't always have to involve a xenomorph. So yeah, any real semi-realistic space type scenario that doesn't involve space magic like warp technology, you could probably set in that setting. I don't know. We'll see what they have planned for it. Meanwhile, I will continue my research as to where I think I saw that art. Until next time, I'm your grumpy guide to all things gaming. If you appreciate this product, if you appreciate this content, please comment down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please support me, because I obviously need to replace this brain. It is definitely malfunctioning. Till next time, get off my planet. I'll talk to you later.